Okay guys, we are back with another declutter. Today we are going to be decluttering eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to start off by saying, number one, this is not a video about me bragging about my makeup. Don't think that at all. This is just me trying to get rid of things I do not use. Number two, I have an attachment to eyeshadow palettes. A lot of these I won't be getting rid of. Just because I do purchase these with my own money, and for me to spend money on an eyeshadow palette that's expensive, to get rid of it pains me. And I do have limited edition like collaboration palettes that I just can't get rid of because they have sentimental meaning to me. So I guess let's just begin. We have a whole bunch. I'm just going to start off with my Jeffree Star. We're keeping all of my Jeffree Star palettes. So I have Beauty Killer. I have, which looks like this. I mean, if you haven't seen this, where have you been? And then I have Androgyny. I have Thirsty. I have the Alien palette. Freaking love this palette. I have not shown it enough love though. And then I have the classic Blood Sugar. Keeping those. Another one I know I'm keeping are my 3 ABH palettes. I have Modern Renaissance, Sultry, and Soft Glam. Keeping those. Okay, and then we're keeping my Huda Nude, or my Huda palettes. I have the Huda Nude and the Sapphire Obsessions, Amethyst Obsessions, Emerald Obsessions, Topaz Obsessions, and the Ruby Obsessions. Keeping those. And then another set I'm keeping is my Violet Voss palettes. I have the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette. I have the Violet Voss Flamingo palette. And then I have the Violet Voss X Laura Lee palette. And then I have the Violet Voss HG Fun Sized palette. This is newer to me. I just received this in Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. But this is the smaller version of the Holy Grail. So as you can see, like this shade and that brown shade and the lighter shades. I should probably get rid of these, but I'm not, like one of them, but I'm not going to. Like I said, we're not going to be getting rid of very many at all. One I can get rid of is this Laura Lee Party Animal palette. I just don't use this enough, and I have all these shades in another palette, so we're going to get rid of that. But I'm keeping the Laura Lee Nudie Patootie palette and the Laura Lee Cat's Pajamas palette. And let's move some of these down. I'm keeping my Urban Decay X Kristen Leanne palette. This setup kind of bugs me because some of them are square, some of them are circle, and some of them are like rectangular. That kind of bothers me, but I love this palette. And this is one that was a collaboration, and like I said, I have a strong attachment to collaboration palettes. Like this one, collaboration, strong attachment. And then I have the Smith & Co. Book of Eyes eyeshadow palette. This is like their little quad. I've only ever swatched this. I've never actually used it on the eyes, but I got this in an Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. I don't like this. I don't like the setup. I don't like the shades. We're going to get rid of that. Another one I'm getting rid of is this Smashbox. What is this? Their Cover Shot Bold Glitter Eye Palette. It looks like this. I just don't like it, so we're going to get rid of that. One I'm keeping is this Dose of Colors Desi X Katie Friendication palette. I absolutely love this palette. Looks like that. Another one I'm keeping simply for the fact of keepsakes. Like I don't use this palette ever, but it was one of the first, like this is the second high-end palette I ever bought, and I still watch Nikki Tutorials and still love her, but she was what really inspired me, and I know this palette had a lot of drama when it first came out and everything, but I just keep this for sentimental reasons. I don't ever use it, and I hardly ever used it when I first got it. But it's just, like, when I bought this, I was, 17, 16, and didn't have a lot of money. I was only working a summer job, and for me to have spent the $60 that this palette was a lot. And I wouldn't change it, because I do love supporting YouTubers that I like. So, yeah. And then the next couple I have let's do this. This is the, what is this? The Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag palette. This is Manny MUA's palette. I don't ever use this. I like Manny MUA. He's not my favorite. Like, I just watch a lot of other YouTubers more, but I do kind of like this palette. And I did purchase it, so I'm going to keep it. Like I said, I do like supporting YouTubers that I watch. And then I have this Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen eyeshadow palette. This was the first ever high-end eyeshadow palette I bought. As you can tell, I absolutely loved the Gator Wings shade. That was, like, I hit pan. That was my favorite highlighter. And Sassy Buns. I loved that shade. And it still smells like vanilla. The shades are still good. And I won't ever get rid of this. This was the first ever high-end palette. I remember I searched my Ulta. Like, I stalked my local Ulta for, like, a week and a half. I stalked the online website. I stalked everything to try to get this palette. And when I seen it, I had to get it. Everybody thought I was crazy spending the $45 on the palette. And I thought I was crazy because I was just getting into makeup. And I didn't really know much, but this is just so sentimental for me. And two that are new to me. This is the Tarte Sizzle palette and the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. If I were to get rid of one, I would get rid of this one, the Volume 3, and keep the Sizzle. I'm more likely to use the Sizzle palette, but I don't have, I mean, I have these shades, but not a lot. And I've only used this palette once, so I might get rid of this in the future, but I'm going to keep both of them for now. So we didn't do too good. We're only getting rid of 3, and I'm keeping the rest, but I can guarantee we're going to be getting more when I do my drugstore and affordable eyeshadows. Okay, as you can see, I have a lot more affordable eyeshadow palettes than I do high-end because I can justify spending the money on an affordable eyeshadow palette more than I can a high-end. So we have a lot to go through, and like I said, I'm not probably going to get rid of very many, but I just want to do this to curate my collection down a little more. Nothing insane because I do enjoy eyeshadows, and I do like having the variety. So I guess let's just jump right into it. I'm going to start with my ColourPop eyeshadow palettes because a lot of these are still newer to me. If you notice, a lot of them are still in the box. That's because I haven't gotten a chance to play with them. So let's just begin. I have the ColourPop All I See Is Magic palette. Looks like this. We're going to keep this because I do really love these tones for an everyday eyeshadow look. Definitely keeping that. And then I have the ColourPop Make Up Your Mind eyeshadow. I haven't even touched this, so I do want to keep it. I have the ColourPop Wet palette with the Bretman Rock collection. It's still in the box. I haven't even touched it. I have the Lip palette. I did a look on this, and I really do like it. I'm going to keep it. I have the I Think I Love You palette, still in the box. I'm going to keep it because I have yet to try it out. I have the Yes Please one, still in the box. I've never even used it. I do want to use these to try them once. I have the ColourPop My Little Pony palette. This one I can get rid of. I know these are tones I won't use all together to create a cohesive look. And as you can tell, I kind of accidentally dug my Blood Sugar palette, the little latches to it in it. But I'm going to get rid of this because I know someone who will get a lot of joy out of that palette. And then I have the Chasing Rainbows palette, still in the box. Never even used it. But let's open it and see. See, I have a lot of these tones, but I don't know the formula, and so I want to use it. I have the Good Sport palette, never even used it, want to give it a try. I have the Soul and the Mar palette, I've never even used them. I do want to give them a try. And then the last two ColourPop ones I have is this one and the Through My Eyes palette. I've used this one in a video. I really did like it, but I haven't used it enough to know if I want to keep it or not. And then this one's still brand new in the box, haven't even opened it, want to give it a try. And then I have 3 of the Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palettes. I've used these 2, and I have yet to use this one. I do really like these 2. This one's a really fun, colorful-ish palette, and they blend really nicely, and I love them. So we're keeping that one. And these 2 are very similar. This one is the Reloaded Iconic Neutrals 2, and this is the Reloaded Neutrals 3. They have a lot of the same tones in it. So let me just decide. If I were to keep one, I would keep this one and get rid of this one. This one hasn't even been swatched or anything, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of this one, the Reloaded 3, and keep the 2. And then I have this El Amar Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. I freaking love this thing. We got this in a BoxyCharm, and this is by far one of my favorite palettes ever that we got in a BoxyCharm. Keeping that. And then I have this Ace Beauté one that we got in a BoxyCharm. Looks like this. These are all tones I have, so I think I'm gonna get rid of this. And then I have two BH Cosmetics palettes. I have the Gilded, what is this? The Glam Reflection Gilded palette. I like this palette. I've only used it a couple times, but I do really like them. They're all nice and buttery shades. I think I'm gonna keep this one. And that packaging is good, gorgeous. But then I have this BH Cosmetics Foil Eyes 28 color eyeshadow palette. This I'm going to get rid of. I've never even used it. And then I have this Maybelline Soda Pop palette. I do really like this palette, so I'm gonna keep this. I have this, what is this? Academy of Colors High Voltage eyeshadow. I'm gonna get rid of this. I have all these tones and I don't reach for this palette. I have two Juvia's Place palettes. I have the Freak by Juvia's Place. Really do like this palette, gonna keep it. And then I have the Nubian Mini palette. I've never even used this and it's still in the box. I'm definitely gonna keep both of those. And then I have a NYX eyeshadow palette called Sugar Trip Squad. We are going to keep this. I've used it once, but I really do like these shades. And then this one is brand new to me. I've never even used it. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Collection with Casey Holmes. I did take out the perfume and the lipstick, but I've never used this. And it's a Casey Holmes collaboration, which she is one of my favorite YouTubers. So no matter what, I am going to keep this. It's one of those sentimental things for me. And then I have all of my Morphe palettes. I have 10 Morphe palettes. And I can tell you right off the bat, I know what ones I'm going to keep. I have this Morphe 35M Boss Mood palette still in the box. I've never even played with this. So we're gonna keep it. I have this Morphe 35O palette. Oh my gosh, guys. If you've seen my eyeshadow palette collection, you've seen that the lid was almost gonna pop off. Well, it popped off. I've actually put this in my everyday makeup drawer to try to use up and hit pan on a lot of these shades because I do like this palette. It's really pretty, but I don't give it enough love. So I did put it in my everyday drawer to use up. So that's where that one's going. And if I find after so long I can't use it up, I'm going to throw it away. And then I have my Jaclyn Hill palette. We're keeping this. Like, this is a collaboration. I don't watch Jaclyn Hill very much anymore, but I do love this palette. And then I have two of the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Vault palettes. I have Armed and Gorgeous, which is this one. This is my favorite one. And I have this Dark Magic. I've never even used this eyeshadow palette. But I do like these tones, and I don't have very many of these tones, so I'm going to keep it. And try to give it a little more love. This is the 3502 palette by Morphe. This is the vamped up version of the 35O. I like this. I like how it's got a little more warmer brown tones. We're gonna keep this to try to give it a little more love. And then I have this Morphe 25C eyeshadow palette. I don't ever use this. It's a very, very pretty palette, but I have all these tones, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. And then I have the Morphe 35P Plum Pleasers palette. Since I've done a video with this not too long ago, I have really realized I love these shades right here. I mean, I'm not going to use them on an everyday basis, but I don't have very many purple toned eyeshadow palettes because I don't necessarily wear purple toned eyeshadows. I have this in the Huda one. I'm going to keep this. And then I have the Morphe 24G Grand Glam palette. This just I don't enjoy it. Like, the shades are pretty. Like, look at that. That's a really pretty, like, green shade. They're all really pretty, but I just don't reach for these enough. And I'm never going to go through this, so I'm going to get rid of this one. And then, obviously, we're keeping this one. This is my Morphe and James Charles palette. I've only dipped in this a few times. And I have a little name sheet up there, but I freaking love this. And this is another collaboration that I won't be getting rid of. So we're keeping that. I didn't do very, very good. I got rid of 10 eyeshadow palettes. Not very many, but for me, that's enough. And we're keeping all of these. So you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know. And if you want to see more of these, let me know down below. And like I said, I'm putting this one in my everyday makeup drawer. If you want to see what I have in my everyday little makeup drawer or makeup bag technically, let me know, because I do put products in there that I haven't been reaching for and I want to incorporate more in my daily makeup. So if you guys like these kinds of videos and if you want to see more declutters, let me know down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!